Captain's right outside.
I mean, look, the toilet's right fucking there, Private.
Yes, sir. Up and down the island doing training. Best you start down the shooting range. Go see Sergeant Bell. He's in the jeep over by the gate. He'll tag along and give you directions. Dismissed. Anyway, yes, defenses. We have enough materials, but nowhere near enough manpower or time. Our boys across the sea, they'll keep them busy for a while. Hell, it'll be days at most. You can't expect everyone to pull out.
Yo, you the guy the captain sent for? Get in. You do drive stick, right? I mean, some of these guys, they're like, fuck! Start her up. You don't want to be around HQ too long. Colonel Gray's on the fucking warpath. Okay, through the main gate. Let's roll. At the crossroads, cut straight across along the dirt road. Watch out for potholes and, you know, mines and shit. I ain't even kidding. This island, it's a fucking death trap. Okay, watch it. Bit of a sharp turn ahead. There, the range is just beyond the next turn. This is all part of the Soviets' military zone. Colonel Gray wants us to really dig in our heels here. Fuck knows how long for, though. I heard second peak could be 4-5 days away. That's almost a week, man. Okay, pull up to that market shed there. Then go see the instructor. Shoot some targets. I'll hang here. I've done my share of shooting this week. I'm tapped out.
All right, welcome to the O Course, Sergeant. Step on up to the mark over there.
Step right up. Step right up.
Okay, you good? Fast as you can. Do the course. Ready, set, go. Move it, Sergeant. Over the beam. Ballerina time. Let's go, go.
Raise the wire. Down. Hit the dirt. Roll it. Roll it. Over the boat. I don't see you. Inside. Through the window. Move. Get some cover. Through the flagpole. Back. Down the fair lane. Climb the wall. There you go. Up and over. One more. Now.
About on my course is now seared permanently into my brain. I can only hope your shooting's better than whatever that was. Anyway, go. Move it, Sergeant. Over the beam. Valerie.
Over the boat. I don't see you. Inside. Through the window. Move. Get some cover. Through the flagpole. And back. Down the fair lane. Climb the wall. There you go. Up and over. One more.
So, good news is, no one else saw that shit show. Bad news is, I did. And you waddling around and going fuck about on my course is now seared permanently into my brain. I can only hope your shooting's better than whatever that was. Anyway, if you want to go again, be my guest. Otherwise, I'm sure you got shit to do before our Russian... All right, welcome to the O course, Sergeant. Step on up to the mark over there. Okay, you good? Fast as you can. Did you hear go? Fuck it. Go on then. Over the beam. Ballerina time. Let's go, go.
Razor wire. Down. Hit the dirt. Crawl it. Crawl it. Over the moat. I haven't seen you. Get inside. Through the window. Move. Get some cover. Through the flagpole. Back. Down the four lane. Climb the wall. There you go. Up and over. One more. Now, platform. Up the ladder. Fuck me. You call that climbing? Hands down. Ladder. Other side. Don't you fucking fall, Sergeant.
That's it. All right. Bring it back here. So, good news is, no one else saw that shit show. Bad news is, I...
Chaos Red 6. This is Chaos Red 3. We're finished with the fieldworks at Point Jungle.
Permanently into my brain.
Head up the beach to Point Bush.
Better than fuck's sake. Whatever that was. Anyway, if you want to go again, be my guest. Otherwise, I'm sure you got shit to do for our Russian friends.
Chaos Red 2 to Chaos Red 6.
How are you doing, Sergeant? They pick up the 16 off the table. And because right now, what you got there is about as useless as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, I'd grab some mags from the ammunition box. Okay, load your weapon. That rifle you're toting deserves your love and respect. Keep your booger picker off the trigger and approach the firing line. Let's see what you got. I'm popping 5 targets. I want to hear 5 shots. Aim down the iron sights and knock 'em dead. Go! Nice shooting. Try again. Only this time, fire from a kneeling position. Lower your stance first, then do your shooting, Sergeant. Next, take out the same 5 targets lying down in a prone position. Lordy, lordy, who shot Shorty? Okay, on your feet, Sergeant. Let's do this one more time. Position yourself behind the wall and lean out while firing. All right, let's move on to the heavy stuff. Grab the squad automatic weapon from the bench. She's something, ain't she? Rest her on the table at the firing line and unfold the bipod. Okay, you ready? Have at it. Yeah! This ain't your first rodeo now, is it? How about we up the ante here? Mount the 50 cal in the next lane over. Target's up. Let her rip. Okay, Sergeant. I reckon let's save some rounds for the Rooskies.
Cyklus, zde grafik. Všechny týmy jsou na místech. Choral je připraven. Přepínám. Rozumím a končím grafiku. Horale, neodpovídejte. Zahajte plán maják. Za prvé, zajistěte bod Kašpar a vyčistěte okolí od nepřátelských sil. Za druhé, najděte důležité informace a zaneste je na bod Josef. Za třetí, najděte zdravotnické vozidlo, zabavte ho a dojeďte s ním na bod Hynek. A nakonec zlikvidujte mobilní velitelskou jednotku na bodu Stibor. Až budete mít vše splněno, přesuňte se k vyzvednutí na bod Petr. Hodně štěstí a dejte jim co proto. Končím.
people playing. I can deal with the Q6.
Once the area is secure, load supplies on the vehicle and head back to the capture objective. Unload the supplies, not the content, and now you can start building defenses and structures. The goal is to expand control over more locations, ultimately overpowering enemy forces, but be cautious, don't do it safely. So effective communication and teamwork will be the key to success. Some final tips on leading with the mode. Remember to use on radio. Effective communication is crucial, so be sure to relay your plans clearly to other squads. However, don't overcomplicate things. If something can be said in proxy chat, make sure you use typically chat and don't promote the radio network. And a key point is if it feels like the enemy will seek to know who you are, change your radio frequency. In Arma, enemy teams can hear each other on proxy chat, and they can also link enemy radios and tune into the frequency. So keep your communication secure and prevent them from foiling your plans. Okay, so let's look at game master mode, GM mode. This mode lets players step into the role of a godlike figure, grasp them access and complete overview of the entire map and everything within it. As a game master, you can spawn in enemies, deploy vehicles, call in artillery, place obstacles in players' paths, or even struggle with one enemy if it's pretty powerful. What makes GM mode so exciting is the endless variety of experiences it offers. Every session is different, and you've got the limit to create your own creativity. Whether you're crafting complex scenarios or just throwing players on the possibilities are limitless. Don't worry, if you're not the most creative person, you don't want complications to set you up, you can still enjoy GM mode as a prime soldier, and play through the scenarios and systems drafting. It's a great way to experience the fun without setup. For me, GM mode is my favourite. It's what a lot of you might see me take part in, but also on path. It's incredibly fun, and if you're curious to try it, please start evaluating the fun way to get feel through. Once you're comfortable, you can then go focus on with Game Master, in a GM server, or even install your server with friends, where you can create custom missions and information. So, like I said, this is the how-to guide. It's quite an introduction to GM mode is all about, and why it's such an exciting way to play. There's no little system for reason to see the teams. After a plethora of elements, I wish I knew back then when I first started playing. So in today's video, I want to do just that. I actually came up with 19 tips that I discovered through blood, sweat, and tears. Hey, what are you gonna put me out on there? Shooting something? I got the video. The first tip I have comes from medical network. It's just really something makes me. You know what the advantages of treatments? No fancy attacks are all for them to stay alive on the battle. In order to get access to these supplies and comfort, the hospital needs to be employed by a sergeant and cost 6 million supplies. First, you need the medical, they'll let them know where to find it. But there's actually a small loophole that you can do advantage. That is, to swap an ambulance, or like if you go, swap heavy, or whatever. As any player, I remember my first region was only to find that I swapped back into the default loadout and had to re-equip everything all over again. Little did I know, if you go to any equipment office, with that loadout, including graphics, the classic player looks like this game by skipping the default and swapping out. Now this
Yeah.
works with items that fall in your faction. Just remember to select your CPU before you swap back in, which I sometimes forget to do to this day. In order to play the game with loads, you have to list which shows how many you have to do it to reference the modifications into the cover. As a terrorist, I do this. It was never like the features locations that were until recently. We realized that it's considered right places to it's the provisions. One thing we can do one smart, the points in between, you need to make sure you have clear radius and changes. If you love seeing which is actually really often, making up to at least certain is critical and in certain locations and sponsor games like ATR. Most people get like just fine with going to each objective and capturing it. But did you know that you can actually rank up faster if you assign the objective and the objective speed? You actually get about 10% additional points for doing so. And the additional benefit is that it helps to let the rest of your team know just what they need to go up to in case somebody isn't buying the lessons done. And just to go to regular conflict, this is something asking questions about the basically the notification things. Did it just try to attack? Did it make it with perimeter feed? Okay, this is actually a small bonus for you other things, because it counts as your perimeter. You can get each one, pulling it is right as well. With that being said, this is only a small bonus, the vote which we objectives and small. After a year, I noticed that there seems to be some kind of buildings over the next one of the most important early game buildings is the operating light vehicle, particularly where the light vehicle is placed in the HDR and the surrounding terrain. And the thing you want to do with a light vehicle depot is to make sure that it's placed on flat terrain. Otherwise, this happens. Yeah, I know it. Secondly, you want to have it facing the main direction you'll be taking out of your base, which is typically on the road. And lastly, setting up your armory as close as possible to the light vehicle depot makes it easier and more efficient to spawn in a vehicle and load it up with supplies. Speaking of loading your vehicle up with supplies, almost every vehicle has trunk space that you can access through your equipment. Instead of searching around the vehicle for your action pod, you can simply open up your inventory and access your vehicle's trunk from there within the vicinity. And the fastest way to get a vehicle loaded is to park it near the armory, set your items on the ground, and use the vicinity to move everything into your vehicle. Voila! No more running back and forth with items. Did you know that you can add and remove attachments to your weapons? When I first started playing, I did. This is helpful for removing scopes from quantity rifles and the M16 so that they can be used in close quarters. When I first learned about this, I thought you had to do this through the inventory screen, which can be a little overwhelming in tense situations. Turns out, there's an even easier and faster way of doing this. That is through using the inspect weapon feature. If you're on PC, the default keys are Control plus R and right bumper plus X on the Xbox. This next tip comes from the school of hard knocks. I think games over the years have helped us develop bad habits by instilling in us that we're the main character and nothing bad will ever happen because, hey, the main character always wins. So we run headfirst into firefights and take ridiculous risks that we never would in real life. These bad habits might work for single-player games where the AI wait patiently for you to kill them, conveniently missing most of their shots, but it's a whole other story when facing off against other human players. In real life, we humans are an intelligent force to be reckoned with, and in war, we can get quite creative with how we keep ourselves out of danger. That is to say, by using any and every advantage at our disposal. And one of the biggest causes of player deaths within PvP games like Arma Reforger, well, that might just be making the same spot twice. A really bad habit that single-player games have instilled in us over the years. The truth is, in tactical shooters like Arma, if someone is firing at you, there's a really good chance that they know where you are, and if you need to take a peek in order to discover their position, well, that's a great way to get your face blown off, because they have an upper hand and only need to wait for your next move. So in Arma Reforger, I have found that the best way to stay alive is by adopting the mindset that your enemy has their sights trained on your position anytime you take fire. Therefore, it's best to reposition as inconspicuously as possible when trying to locate them. If they're waiting for you to peek but don't see you relocate, then it's just a matter of time before they get impatient and start moving around, making it easier for you to get the drop on them. With the new infusion engine, the lighting in Reforger has incredible dynamic range, and with that dynamic range comes some incredibly dark nights. Now at the time of this recording, we don't yet have flares to lighten up our paths. Turning on any form of light is a great way to get spotted by your enemy within the darkness. But did you know that you can use this to your advantage? In Reforger, you can turn on your flashlight and set it on the ground to create a decoy, or even establish a small light perimeter to help you defend or attack positions. At 51 square kilometers, vehicles are an essential part of getting around everywhere, but they can be noisy and give away your position, allowing your enemy to gather themselves for a defense. The vehicle simulation in the infusion engine allows you to do some pretty cool things too, from shooting holes in fuel tanks and running them dry to manipulating gear ratios and the stiffness of the suspension. One of the most useful features at our disposal when approaching an objective in a vehicle is to turn off the engine, where you can use your momentum to coast in quietly so your enemies don't hear you coming from 1,000 meters away. In the beginning, it used to be that supplies at your main base would be stopped very quickly, allowing it to be an easy supply point for your logistic needs. However, after a few updates, Bohemia has made supplies a critical part of defending innocent positions. Plus, how you get supplies has changed too. As a new player, it can be a bit confusing to know where you're supposed to get these supplies. Nowadays, they're located at supply depots that are guarded by the FIA. To find them, simply look for the little green icon that looks like a side-based key. Here, you can gather an unlimited amount of supplies. Just be careful for the FIA, who will retake these locations after a certain period. Running supplies may not sound very exciting to most people, but it's one of the most useful activities you can do for your team, and not just because of building up a base with services. After you make Corporal, you can start setting up defensive objects like sandbags or razor wire, and one of the most useful features of the supply truck is the ability to build these defenses outside of the base radius. Once you level up to sergeant, you can start placing fortifications like machine guns, bunkers, and checkpoints anywhere you want. For example, you can create a forward operating base out of your mobile HQ to defend it should it ever be discovered, or you can place bunkers overlooking an objective, roadblocks cutting off an entire section of town, and even ambush locations along the road. If you ever come across an enemy fortification that is blocking access to a resource or needs to be destroyed, do it with a supply truck. All you need to do is drive your supply truck within range and delete the objects in question. Doing so also deposits those supplies back into your supply truck, allowing you to reallocate those resources elsewhere. If you just spawn somewhere nearby an objective and you can't, even though you have the points, the problem may just be that no one has built an antenna at that location. You can tell because the base will have this icon, indicating that it does not have a proper radio signal. Antennas cost 650 supplies, so in order to build one, you'll first need a supply depot, which is featured in the local resources, 500 to 5,000.
I'll start it up again. I'm gonna kick you again. Hold on.
Yo.
I know.
Yo.
Said already 7 times, my guy.
Stop fucking kicking that guy, that'd be great. For absolutely no reason.
I'll be OD.
Stop kicking him for no reason. He goes deep.
Yo.
I got you guys. I'm on your squad, bro. We're good now.
Alright. Hey, are you okay?
Okay, we got, I don't know. You overdosed.
Alright, sounds good.